Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Bringing you another vlog update. The night before the inaugural San Antonio half marathon. Well, I guess it's technically a full marathon, but I'm doing the half. I just created a new playlist on YouTube of the 50 half marathons, 50 states. So I sort of wanted to just kind of use this as a reflection. I'm using the channel kind of as more of a like an online journal, because I started the YouTube and trying to beat my backlog of games, but I do want to kind of add this to that now and just kind of show the journey of what I had to do from the first state to the 50th. So tonight it's December 6th, 2025. Tomorrow, December 7th, is the actual run. I set my alarm to 3 in the morning. Kind of the same wake up time as Disneyland half marathon, but that one I think the start time was earlier. I think at 6. So it kind of made more sense. This, I think it starts at 7 with the 4-hour cutoff. So my goal is to beat 3 hours 20 minutes. I did that through the Jeffing method. I Jeffed it, just Jeffing it. And I did it with the 15 seconds running, 30 seconds walking. So what my plan is to do is to do 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. I'm gonna do that for a while, and then I think I'm gonna switch to 60-30. 60 seconds of running and 30 seconds of walking. Towards a little after the halfway point. One of the things I did do was I bought a Gym Boss, which was it's a pretty cool little device, and I'll show a little picture right here or something for it. But it was only $20 on Amazon, and I mean it's a real good interval timer, and that's kind of what I've been using to kind of help me with that, maintaining that pace. Kind of hope that I do get a bit better of a result. I'm not exactly sure where I'm gonna end up running at, but like I said, just hope it's under 320. 320 is what I'm trying to beat. And if I run those intervals, I should be pretty good. I'm rocking the half marathon shirt right now too. And just prepping up. Feeling a little nervous about it, but I think I'll do good. It's like I said, my at least the biggest difference between this race and the previous one in Disneyland was I at least had some training. With the other one, I was pretty much just running it just raw. I had the intention to train, but it never really came out to fruition. My shoes are in the washer and dryer right now, so they should be done here soon. They're getting kind of beat up too from all this extra training. So I need to probably replace those after this run, because they don't look like they'll be living too much longer. But fanny pack I'm gonna be wearing with all the gels and gummies I'm gonna be using. I'm excited. So second state down tomorrow, so I'll be happy when that's over. Yeah, so there's still so much to do. Looking at this plan and this goal, it's the monumentality of actually doing it is kind of crazy, because it's kind of setting in because I've been starting to plan a little bit for next year, like some races in 2026. So Kentucky Derby mini marathon is what they call it. I kind of like that name, mini marathon. That sounds so much better than half. I think uh, mini marathons kind of, because half just implies like you're not completing it, you know. Whereas a mini marathon kind of sounds more like, oh, it's a smaller version, not a portion of it, you know. But that's neither here or there. It's semantics. Like future plan. I mean, I guess it's just more of like worrying for the future. That, you know, it's still like very far away. Don't you know? Like, you know, you know, I can. That's why I kind of like want to try to get as much done in 2026, because I'm pretty sure like the pace of doing like maybe 4 races a year is gonna probably dwindle down to like 2 a year, maybe 3. So I'm like, man, this goal is gonna probably span like 2 decades almost. No, I mean there's no almost. Yeah, it's gonna span like 2 decades, and it's kind of crazy, you know, starting this goal at 35, and shit, not being done till nearly 55. That's wow. But you know, there's still a lot of time left. Um, you know, when I was younger, I wasn't like the most intentional with things, and now that I'm getting older, I'm like, yeah, you know, I really want to do and accomplish certain things, you know, and that's kind of one of those things. Kind of what led me back to YouTube was just trying to like conquer some stuff on the backlog, you know, like, but this ain't about the backlog. I'll do that shit another day, but yeah, that part kind of feels overwhelming a little bit. Just thinking like, man, I gotta like 2 decades worth of putting into this, you know, and that's just not like including, you know, other smaller races like in between, you know, yeah, just fun 5Ks and things like that here and there, you know. So yeah, I guess that's that. You know, enough rambling. I will. Guess my mind just still kind of like racing over everything. So I need to just take it easy for the rest of the night. Just relax and get ready for the run tomorrow. You know, 3 a.m. wake up call, and yeah, just it's Friday the 12th. Not exactly the day after the run or after the run, but just a few days after, you know. I'm still going to school and trying to finish up finals week, you know. Have one last test today, discrete mathematics, that I hope I do good enough to pass. But anyways, yeah, I was yeah, the run was fun. You know, the run was fun. I'm glad I went out and did it, you know, because it really meant a lot to me. Um, because I always wanted to do the rock and roll the San Antonio one, but every time I signed up, I always ended up getting like injured, like a sprained ankle or something always came up, and I just was never able to do it, and yeah, I was glad I got the opportunity to do this one, and yeah, a lot of people came out apparently. You know, there was at least one person from every state. It said in like 22 different countries, and I was like, wow, that's pretty amazing. You know, but again, not too many races, big city races or it has like that inaugural. You know, like it's their first. A lot of these big cities have like established races and stuff. So I'm glad we were able to jump in on this one when I could. No, it was a great race. I really love the course. I love how it did like a figure eight type of motion, because that way, yep, and my dog wants to join me, and that way it was able to. All right, come down. Here's my dog. Say hi, Dahlia. No, she don't care about the camera. She just cares about me. But either ways, yeah, it was. Yeah, because the way that figure eight worked, it kind of like helped bring out a lot more energy from the crowd, like, because it was that we were able to like pass by like a lot of the same groups a lot, so it's like you really felt that energy from the crowd. um, and yeah, I really love that. Like I said, I don't think I've ever been in a half marathon or any really race that had like such a energetic crowd. It was so cool. A very energetic crowd. I love getting that feedback from them. Really help motivate you. And now I had a plan. Said I was gonna do like a 30-30 Jeff unit split, and then for the first half, and then the second half I was gonna switch to 60-30. And no, as I got into that race, I just was like, no, I think 30-30 is just good for now. Like, that's a good solid pace. I very much exceeded my expectations during the run. Like, I literally just got underneath 3 hours. I did it in 2 hours, 58 minutes, 57 seconds. So I'm like, man, I was just like, barely there at that mark. So I was glad. I honestly thought I was gonna get around like 3:10 ish, somewhere around there. Maybe shave off like 10 minutes off my time, but man, I ended up shaving 21 minutes off of the Disneyland half marathon. So I was like, that's pretty cool. Yeah, despite my training and all that stuff, because I had the knee problems kind of like flare up for a bit when I tried to do like long distance runs. Like I tried to go up to 6 miles and 5 miles to kind of like build myself up, but my knee was just saying, no, we ain't doing that, dog. And so I kept to like 2 mile runs and stuff like that, 2.5, and and then I was able to do it. So that's kind of cool. So I'm gonna keep doing that for a bit. I'm already starting to look at a new training plan for the Louisville Kentucky Derby mini marathon, which is sometime in April. So I might run another half marathon in between that time. I know I have a 10-miler in January. The hardest part of the run really was miles, I think like 8, 9, and 10. I think it started like 8.5 somewhere. It's at least mile 8, or 9 and 10 for sure. But it went through Joint Base San Antonio, and the area that place is in is called Government Hill. Emphasis on the hill part. And the elevation for the whole run was, I think, like 180 feet or so. And for those 2 miles, it was just, that's where like all that elevation was at. And I was like, oh my goodness. So like I tried to stay with that 30-30 split, but like during that hill, yeah, I kind of just had to. My other dog's coming up. I tried to. What's going on, Patches? Yes, I tried to maintain it, but I just couldn't. Like it was getting a little too much for me to handle. So I probably would have done better if I was able to do 30-30 the entire way. Things happen, and you just got to roll with the punches sometimes. So yeah, I smashed through my expectations, and I didn't expect to get, sub 3 hours. So I think I'm making my new goal is 2.5 hours. I think I can do that. I'm not sure I'll be able to do it this next marathon in April, but I think I'll be close because I know at some point those big leaps in like time reduction are gonna be diminishing. Because there's gonna be a point where it's like I need to put a lot more effort in to get more results back, and running like 2 miles every other day just isn't gonna get those same results. It's like as for as long as I think they will. Like for sure they will. They'll help, but I don't think they'll be like the most effective way to train or to reach those results and those goals. But yeah, I got other big things planned coming up, so I'll definitely talk to y'all guys later and keep at this goal. One day it'll get done. One day it'll get done. All right, until then, y'all guys take it easy.